I would like to share with you my observation of myself as a critical reader in this English course this semester. Growing up, I was never really a strong reader. When I was in elementary school, I struggled with reading because I could never understand what I read during or after the reading. I needed tutors and extra help to help me somewhat understand the stories that we had to read for school. As I moved on to middle school, I got better, but still struggled a little bit. Moving on to high school, I think what really got me was that we started to read books that actually interested me, like The Great Gatsby, and even The Things We Carried, which we also read this semester in our class. This is my first English class in college, and honestly, I didn't mind it at all. I even think I grew as a critical reader. So starting off the semester, we had this reader response theory that was introduced to us, and I wasn't sure how this was going to help us interpret the text that we would be reading. But looking through all the work we have done, I really think it introduced me to thinking more outside of just the story and really focusing on the author and how the author could connect to the story that they were writing. A big example for me with acknowledging the reader response theory was the text The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. I was able to come up with questions about the author's life and even learn things about the time period that the story was set in. This interested me to do further research. I was able to interpret the reading how I wanted to interpret it, but at the same time, figure out what the author was actually trying to portray. If I had trouble reading any of the stories that were assigned this semester, then what I really looked to was just rereading the text over again, taking a better understanding of what the author was trying to portray. If I didn't understand something after rereading it a few times, then I could turn to underlining, circling, highlighting certain words or things that I thought could be important to the plot. An example of when I had to reread a story more than once was Hills Like White Elephants. It was a little challenging to me, but I was able to reread it and use my strategies. Another tool that really helped me to gain better understanding of what I was reading this semester was the online journaling assignment we were to complete. I actually enjoyed these because even though they were prompted assignments, we were still able to talk about how we felt about the text we were reading and our interpretations of what the text meant to us. I really liked journaling because it gave us free range to express our opinions, but at the same time, it was prompted and helped with structure. I think this helped me become more critically aware of what I was reading because I analyzed the text on my own terms. When talking about what I liked about the readings, I also liked that I could make connections with different short stories. One short story that I really connected with was Two Kinds by Amy Tan. This was the short story that dealt with a complicated parent-child relationship. I connected to this text because I struggled with my relationship with my mother for many years. Connecting to this story really allowed me to enjoy it while understanding it better, and I think it will always be in the back of my mind moving forward. While having connections to the different stories, I also struggled with some of the different text that we were to read. But in my opinion, and going forward, I think this only made me stronger as a reader individually. I struggled with interpreting the story Hills Like White Elephants by Ernest Hemingway. I used my reading strategies, though, and was able to power through it and gain knowledge of what the author was trying to get to. Thinking positively, though, I did enjoy throughout the semester that we had to follow a Twitter account. At first, I didn't think I was going to benefit from this, but I really enjoyed it and was able to become more interested in literature. it was pretty cool that while on my social media account, I was also able to learn more about literature and gain more educational knowledge. Another thing that I found positive in this course this semester was when I had my aha moment. When we were taking our Antigone quiz, I found that the information was coming naturally to me. I found that this was all because of the reader response worksheet that we did the following week previously. Personally, in English, I feel that things just don't come easy for me, and I've felt this all my life, and this was pretty neat to have happen to me this semester. This was only part of the reason that I enjoyed taking this course so much this semester, and overall, I think because I enjoyed a lot of what we did in this course, that it allowed me to grow as a reader and improve my critical thinking. And here are some works cited that I used in my presentation.